What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and today we're talking about patch 11.1 and preparing yourself for patch 11.1 as well. This video will be coming out on Monday, so you have one day before patch 11.1 if you're North American, or if you're playing in EU, you have 2 days until patch 11.1, and that's quite important to know because I'm going to show you one thing here that you really want to do before patch 11.1 as well, and then we'll talk about what you want to do during 11.1, or just setting yourself up for success during patch 11.1. Now, I'm just going to say we're focusing on gold making here, so if you do want to have more information when it comes to gold making, I have a gold making guide for that exact purpose to show you how to make gold in the War Within that you can check out through the link down below in the video description or the pinned comment. By getting this guide, you also get early access to gold making videos, gold farms, crafting, any videos about gold making you will have access to before they go public, and you also get access to a gold making Discord community with hundreds of other people that are all interested in making gold in the War Within, and trust me, it's the best place to be for gold making in this expansion, so if you want to make gold in retail, that is once again the place to be, and that's the guide to have. You can check it out once again through the link down below. So first up, let's talk about something you might not know, because Blizzard hasn't really done the best job at talking about this, and that is delves. And it's actually how you can make gold from the delves you have done in the past through a currency called undercoin. At the moment, you can see here I have 4,700 undercoins, and the thing is you can transfer these from characters to characters across your warband as well. So I can, for example, transfer 9,034 of them right now from my main to this character, then we have 13.7k. Now, the reason why I bring up this currency is that in patch 11.1, this currency is being reset, so I have 13,000 right now. In 11.1, this currency will, or at least should be reset, and Blizzard has done really nothing when it comes to talking about this, and they haven't really had any blue posts, at least not that I could find, about that either. They have talked about what's happening to delves, but they have, for some reason, left out undercoins, and the thing is, we only really recently learned about the fact that these are being reset through an article and a developer interview. So here we go, for people who like to do delves, there's a lot to look forward to when patch 11.1 brings a lot of fun changes to make it even more rewarding to spend time in them. That being said, while we knew some things would be disappearing from delves at the end of Season 1, one that slipped under the radar until a dev interview with Misceladine WoW anyway was that undercoins would be resetting to 0. If you are sitting on a pile of them, there are a few things you might want to spend them on now that will be rewarding in the future, so bring your pile of undercoins to Sir Finley Murgleton in Dornogal to get to spending. So once again, this has slipped under the radar, nobody's really talked about it until a developer interview, and I feel like Blizzard has made a couple of posts about things that are coming out in 11.1, and a couple of things you will want to do before 11.1 as well, and they have left this out in every single post that I can find. So we had to watch developer interviews to find out what's happening, and the thing is, they're doing multiple interviews in multiple platforms. You have Spotify interviews, YouTube interviews, Twitch interviews. There's interviews absolutely everywhere, so we have to scout for this information. Either way, we have the information now, and those of you guys watching this video also has this information, so what can you do with this? Well, you can actually set yourself up for future success by spending your undercoins now. So for example, you can go to this guy right here, Sir Finley Murgleton, to spend your coins. Now here you have a couple of options. You can either spend them on, for example, the schematics here, which is basically transmog, or for your dirigible mount, delivers dirigible, it's cosmetics, so you can spend that for yourself, or you can buy this battle pet, which you can cage and sell on the auction house. You also have more cosmetics that you can also buy, and some of them you can also sell, but mainly you can buy battle pets and sell those battle pets. You can buy gear for your alts if you want that, or you can buy delivers pouch of reagents, and I think for gold making this is typically the one you want to go for, where you can convert 500 undercoins to 1 pouch of reagents. And just to show you guys an example of what you will get when you buy these pouches, I'm just going to buy a couple of them here. So we buy 3, and from one of them we just got 1 Gloomfathom Hide, 1 Profane Tinderbox, and 1 Radiant Charm Cap. From the next one, we also got 3 items, so it seems like every single time you get 3, and actually the bag says that as well, you do get 3 every single time, and from this next one we actually got 2 Profane Tinderboxes in 1 singular pouch. So once again, hovering over here, obtain, open to gain 3 random reagents, so you're basically converting your coins into gold. Now I do believe that the battle pet will give you more gold per undercoin value, but battle pets typically take quite some time to sell. All of these materials that you're getting right here, they will sell pretty much instantly. So basically, if you have some undercoins left over, remember to go into your currency tab, then click on undercoin, then transfer to see if you have any of them on other characters as well, and start spending them, because based on the developer interviews, I can't confirm or deny if it's happening, but it's what Blizzard has said in their own developer interviews. Undercoins should be resetting, so spend them now while you can and get some values from those undercoins, and that's pretty much it for the prep part. Now let's talk about actual 11.1 stuff. So for 11.1, I'm just gonna say I'm a little bit surprised in a negative way when it comes to what we are getting in terms of new content that has to do with gold making. And the reason for that is that 11.1 is a goblin patch, and I feel like Blizzard knows that like goblins like to make gold, and us gold makers usually refer to ourselves as goblins as well. And in the main patch, like in the Undermine place, you will see a lot of like diamonds, shiny objects, gold. You will see a lot of like that goblin style. And still, it's a goblin patch where we have little to no updates for professions, and there's only really a couple that are worth highlighting. Number 1 is Inscription, which actually could be pretty good and valuable for gold making. We have a brand new Vantis rune, and we have a brand new contract. Both of these cost you 150 artisan security, so you need to have that ready to go. Like if you want to make both, you need to have 300, and if you only want to do one, you need to have 150. And these two will be very good for gold making, especially in the first couple of weeks of the Undermine patch. So if you have any scribes, this is absolutely great for you, and if you have any characters that you haven't grabbed professions on yet, I think Inscription is looking really good. So I'm just gonna say right now, these to get the recipes here, you have to get yourself to the Undermine, and right now the only way to really get there is to be level 80, which is max level in the War Within. And if you are not level 80, like some of my alts that are doing Inscription, or some of my concentration characters in general, they are anywhere between level 74 and level 79, and some are level 80 as well. But if you want to get a non-level 80 to the Undermine to get the recipes to craft these items, you need to get summoned. So you can either have a warlock summon you can buy a summon, you can get some friends to summon you, or you can use the summoning stone for the raid in patch 11.1. Now, if you're using that summoning stone, you still need 2 people plus yourself, so you either have to have 3 accounts to summon yourself, or you need to have 1 or 2 friends. So get ready for that. Once again, if you have my gold making guide, you can find people there to summon with. Like if you're playing Horde or Alliance, EU or North America, just find people and get summons to make the entire thing easier for yourself, and that way you can get your concentration characters to the Undermine place to buy these, well, recipes. You also have a brand new recipe for leatherworking. This is the charged armor kit, and this one as well is looking pretty good. It's like, this is arguably the best armor kit we currently have, and it costs you 150 acuity to buy the recipe for it, and then you have to use Gloomfathom hide, storm charged leather, and crystal fused hide to make this as well. I will say I've bought quite a few Gloomfathom hides and crystal forged hides, or crystal fused hides myself, in preparation to start making this, because I have a lot of leatherworkers ready to go for this craft as well. Now, when it comes to gold making in patch 11.1, if you are spending concentration, my advice is to have Inscription plus Enchanting. At the moment, Enchanting is still the best profession when it comes to simply spending concentration, right? So here are a couple of builds that I have. For example, the main thing you want to have is Supplementary Shattering with the same spec that I have, and then you just want to pick a path here. You can see that I've picked quite a few paths, but there's only really 1 or 2 paths that I'm using at the moment. I'm just spending the extra points that I get to max out every single path that I can, in case a future patch adds a brand new enchant that then, for example, makes, let's just say this one right here, happens to be the best path to go for in 11.2. Well, I will be ready for it, right? So for me, I'm mainly going for the Fortified Flames and the Tertiary Trivialities. Those are the two best ones for me at the moment. But if I ever need Cursed Chance or Wondrous Weapons, I will have those for patch 11.2. So when it comes to setting yourself up for success in patch 11.1, for concentration characters, I'm just gonna say once again, enchanting is very good at the moment, simply due to everyone needing enchants, whether you're doing PvP, PvE, and especially if you're doing PvE, you will get new weapons pretty much all the time, and you will then want to buy brand new enchants for those weapons as well. Enchanting is currently the most gold per concentration, if you think about it that way. I think we're getting about 10 gold per concentration right now for enchanting, so one full bar of concentration equals to about 10,000 gold, and meanwhile leatherworking, for example, you're making borderline nothing with. Blacksmithing, I'm getting about 4 to 5 gold per point of concentration, so enchanting is like twice as good as most other professions. And when it comes to 11.1, inscription is the profession that is getting the most love, simply due to it being almost the only one that is getting valuable new recipes. The brand new Vantis rune will be very good for pretty much the entire patch, and then the contract will be good for at least the first month, and the people that get the contract recipe, for example, as soon as possible, they can make bank. Contracts, like for example, if you can get this on day 1, day 2, or the sooner you get a contract, the more gold you will make. The same thing happened at the launch of the War Within as well, like contracts were printing gold like crazy, but they also went down in value every single day. So for 11.1's launch, there's some good gold making potential when it comes to getting these recipes right here as soon as possible, get the reputation requirement as soon as you can, and then make maximum gold by being one of the very few early suppliers of these items as well. Now when it comes to the Vantis rune, that's not going to be really relevant until mythic raids open anyway, or at least heroic raids, but mainly for the mythic raids. But for the contract, as soon as you can get that one, that is when you want to pump that and start making serious amounts of gold. So there's some initial gold rush here for the launch itself, to get the reputation fast, do your dailies, do everything you can to milk reputation and get these contracts ASAP. Apart from that, get inscription plus enchanting to make gold through the entirety of 11.1 with concentration, and then you will also have the resurgence of certain ways to make gold, like we had at the start of the War Within. Think about the gleaming shatters for enchanting, for example. You will also probably have tailoring plus enchanting shuffles coming back, because everything will very likely go up in value. So many of the shuffles we have been doing for quite a while, even though they went down a lot in gold, they will now go up, and could be worth doing depending on how much you value your time. I'm just gonna say, when it comes to farming, this feels bad to say, but the best way for me to farm at the moment is to play Cataclysm Classic, farm gold in Cataclysm, and then find somebody to trade that gold with in Cataclysm over to retail, which, before anyone says anything, that is completely legal, by the way. Blizzard has just said that you do that on your own terms, so you have to find people you trust to trade with, and then you can trade gold from one version of the game to the other one. And in Cataclysm, for example, I'm farming 9,000 gold per hour at the moment, and let me just go to the WoW Market website, or WoW Market Discord, and see the values here. So at the moment, on the WoW Market Discord servers, I can currently trade at a 1 to 12 value, which means if I have 1 gold in Cataclysm, that is 12 gold in retail, and I can farm, once again, 9,000 gold in Cataclysm through a very simple gold farm that I'll be uploading on my YouTube channel very soon as well. So you can do that one if you have any Cataclysm characters. It's very, very easy, and a low barrier to entry farm. Now 1 to 12 on a 9,000 gold per hour farm, that is 100 and... is it 102,000? 108, I think? I suck at math, but I think it's 108,000 gold per hour in retail values by farming in Cataclysm. And at the moment, no retail farm gets that value for me. So when it comes to straight up farming gold, my time is better spent in any other version of WoW farming, and then transferring that gold across different versions. So either way, that's some 11.1 prep and what I'm doing for 11.1, how I'm approaching 11.1, and just some general preparations that you can do as well for the new patch. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below and let me know how hyped you are for 11.1 in the comments, and how are you preparing, let me know in the comments. Either way, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.